Well, hello, my mat scrappers. I am back with part 2 to my upcycling of Christmas cards. I promise you, this is the last time I'll bring up Christmas for a month. Okay, I'm not promising further than that, all right? Because I'm going to try to do... I really like... Christmas is my favorite holiday to do cards for, so I'm going to do at least one a month because I want to, and it's my channel, I get to. Okay, so you can always skip that video if you don't want to see it. But anyway, this is the last of the cards that I saved from the cards that we got that I wanted to recycle. These, I'm going to do them all the same. I'm going to make shakers out of them all because I talk about how much I love making shakers, and then I haven't made a shaker in God only knows how long. So it's about time I put my paper where my mouth is. So I've pulled all of these. I've already picked, because I'm going to make them just all very simple. I'm going to make them all squared off or rectangular or whatever shape you want to. So I've picked the paper that I want to use for each of these for the frames. Although now I'm rethinking this one because this, well, maybe it is. It's just maybe the sunlight because it didn't look super silver to me, although I think it is silver. So I'm going to have to go look at that again. If not, I may pull another, but I think it is. Anyway, so I've got all of these. I've pulled all of my Spellbinders dies here when I make frames. But before I launch into making of frames, I already cut my cards down, but I haven't scored them yet. But we're going to see, because I took the time. You guys have seen me struggle with these cards not being squared off. So I took the time to square this paper off first before. And always on each one of those sheets, there was a tiny smidgen. They were off. And I think that's what's been giving me the trouble with these guys not squaring off. And it's been bugging me. So, I mean, okay, this one, I'm going to make this the inside because I like the outside to be smooth. Who cares at this point? Nobody's going to see it anyway, so I'll make the inside smoother because I'll futz with that a little bit. Okay, so these are all going to be A2 or A7s. So let's use and this is my favorite scoring tool right now. It is my Caterpillar Crease, just because I love the Caterpillar, people. And I just love this one. And okay, see, this is the reason I took the time to square off the paper. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a thing about about my scoring tool. And it is not. It was indeed, I know, isn't that a lovely noise? It's all about the paper not being squared off. So there you go. So give me a second. You don't need me to score anything. You guys have seen all of that already. So let me score these others down and fold them up, and I'll be right back with figuring out make the frames, okay? Guys, I'm back with the first card, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do all 4 cards on camera or just do one and then show you the finished product with all of them done in the same, because they're all going to be done the same method. So I've got this one is another one of the UNICEF cards. So I think it was both from Aunt Jan. So we got one and then Mom got one. And it's really pretty. I really liked this one. So I wanted to, again, use it. But I'm definitely going to turn it into a shaker card. So I'm going to center it here, but I now have to bust out my these in order to create a frame for the outside, because I'm just going to make it rectangular and then put the acetate. Now these guys, these are old school. You can tell how long I've had these by the, oh my goodness, the packaging it's come in. These things were great because they kept you're very well protected, but they're a pain in the tuchus to pull these out of. So I fixed that. What I did, and I've always driven me crazy, and as I use them, I do this. I cut the tops off of them because it's this section right here that locks them into place. So now I can just easily, they're again a great sleeve, and I can now pull my frames out. So now what I've got to do is figure out which of these frames works for this card. And so now we have these two guys, and I'm going to cut my frame out of this paper. So give me a second, because here it's just really all about lining it up. I'm going to go up to my edge here because I am nothing if not a paper miser. And then we are going to square these off or center them, whatever the language you want to use. I am always at a loss for words. I talk a lot and don't know what to say most days. Okay, and let's go use our diamond press tape today, since it's what was handy right there. I mean, I have my mint tape right as well, but I want to center it as best I can so it's even, and that looks pretty good. So we will put some there, and then we're going to put a piece on the side here to keep it in place. Right? It looks good to me. But I don't want it to catch on the inside, because that little cutout is going to be, I can use that anywhere in another card, because we're going to have that rectangle cut out. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to come right back with this already cut out. People, I have returned. Have a little bit of music on. I was, I'm got my little Guardians of the Galaxy little playlist going. So I'm like, oh, sometimes you either need something to be watching or music in the background. Although, let me turn it down just a tiny smidgen more. But sometimes I just need music. It depends entirely on what my mood is at the moment. So I'm going to take it down. There we go. So I hope you'll still hear it in the background, but here we go. All right, so I already cut out my gold frame for this card. And then I cut a couple of pieces out of because I have a ton of craft cardstock, just a little bit, just to reinforce it. But what I'm going to do before I add my foam tapes, let me set this aside because we don't need these right now. I want to, between the layers, I'm going to put in my acetate. So I've gone and pulled my stash, my little envelope, a stash of pieces of acetate that I've cut off from. And this one, shoot, man, the first piece I find, I think is going to do it. So I need to cut this a smidge and probably smaller than this frame. So let's see ultimately what size this frame ended up being, because it's not 5x7, because it's inside my 5x7 paper. So according to my trimmer, so I'm going to go with 5 3/4. I'm going to go with 5 3/4, and I can't get it. So I'm going to have to use the big cutter because I'm not going to be able to cut. Well, maybe I can. So, okay, let's go this way because I can still figure it out. Ah! No, actually I can't. Tim, you didn't give me 1-inch marks on this. Shame, shame, shame. So let's go with the big trimmer. We're not gonna make this difficult. A little gawky, yes, but so I know this is 5 3/4 this way. That's what at least it's not, but that's what I'm gonna cut it at. So it's a smaller. And then this way, I'm going to go the same, 6 3/4. Okay, so it was what I thought. But better, measure twice, cut once, guys. Now, where did that little piece of acetate go? Because it disappeared. Okay. So, let's go ahead and cut. Let's trim this down. So, all right. Okay, guys, let me now grab my tape. I'll grab the good stuff here. I'm going to take this little speed. What am I going to use this for? Holy cow. No, I don't even know what I'd use these for. So this, you never know. So I save everything. So we're going to stash that in there because it isn't going to kill me. You can see this this envelope does not take up much space at all. It's at the top of my acetate stack. So I'm actually usually Big Mama. I could do Big Mama. Let's do Big Mama. Let's not pull out the tape. I just have to be careful. And roll in slowly so I can stay on the edge. And I'm still going to have to roll. My problem is that I'm pretty sure that tape since this is exactly 1/4. And even if I have a little bit sticking out, that's okay because that's what I have an adhesive eraser for. So let's put that down. We'll go all the way around here. I'm just going to take my time. Go a little bit slow. Just so I can get this all in correctly. Okay. Now, what I do, I'm going to lay down my piece of acetate. Let me clean it up real quick here on my lap. It's picked up some linty things. I mean, it'll always pick up because it's just got static on it. There's always going to be some linty things on it. And there we go, right? Okay. Whoops, except for right here. Okay, there we go. So now we have our acetate layered in place. Perfect. And now I can start adding these layers. I'm going to add, I probably could get away with one because then I'm going to add foam tape, but since I've already cut it, unless this works with one of the other cards, then I can save it for the other cards, but I'm going to go ahead, probably just reinforce it with 2. What the heck? It's only paper, people. So better safe than, I wouldn't say I'd be sorry, but there you go. Okay, so let's roll that along. I'm just going to roll my fingers over this because this is not visible, so it doesn't matter. As long as it's in somewhere, it doesn't matter which way. But put Big Mama where she goes on her perch. And now we're going to lay this one. So we're going to line up. There we go. This is just like when I glue my wording together. Start from the left and work your way across. And it lays itself down. There you go. So see, this feels a lot better between this. I don't even think I may need my other one, quite frankly. We're going to add it on there since I already cut it. Let's see how it does. This is like, we got that. Yeah, I like that. I like that little extra. Feels a lot better. And there we go. See, we already picked up linty stuff from the desk here, just from what I have here. So let's, more than that, I mean, on the outside, I don't care. If it's on the inside, I do care. Yeah, I think it's all on the outside. So, okay. So now we have this. We have our card we have not put down. So now we're ready to rock and roll. We're practically going to put this guy will be together in a second. Except I see a little tiny smooge right there. And I don't know if it's going to be visible or not, but it bothers me. I know it's there. So I'm going to take real quick, and this is why I tell you guys, and I do this so that you know that when you have imperfections like right at the edge of your paper and they're going to be visible, just take your Teflon, your Teflon bone folder. Oh my gosh, and this will smooth all of that stuff out. Just rub it in. I mean, and I'm gonna say, don't feel like you have to do it softly. I mean, just go in there, muscle it. But see, now you don't see it. You don't see any of that. Like I said, I don't even think it was going to be visible, and somebody might not notice it. But again, I know it's there. Okay, so now we're going to grab Big Mama again, and we're just going to go around my edges to put this down onto the card base. Just works for me. Alrighty, let's go here and then around here, and then I'm just going to hit it once in the middle just for good measure. And now we're going to apply it. We're going to center it as best we can, even though I have those lovely ruler tools that I bought and I don't use because, well, because I'm that kind of special. But there we go. So now we have it on the card. We have our frame, and see, so we'll still always see a little bit of the red, which is what I wanted, just for that added interest. Now I'm going to go ahead and let me once again go through here. And I'm going to, you know what? Where is my adhesive eraser? Let's take that off right now. We're going to run across the edges. And we're going to pull all of that stuff off now. See, look at all that stuff that's coming out. Actually, that stuff was already on my adhesive eraser. Let's get that all off. Okay, there we go. In fact, hang on a second. I'll do the rest of it off camera. I'm done fiddly farting with this. I'm ready to rock and roll. Kind of, sort of. I've got my 1/4-inch tape out. You know what? I think this is kind of older, and it doesn't feel super sticky to what I like. So I want to use it. I'm not going to not use it, okay? But I'm going to hedge my bets, and I'm going to add a bit of the Nuvo glue because this stuff will dry fast. Like I said, my two go-to glues are Barely Art because it gives me more time, more play time. And then Nuvo because sometimes I need something that dries fast. So, you know, you have more than one adhesive. You don't have to marry yourself to only one. You find what works for you. And this combination is what works for me. So there we go. So now this is both stuck down and it'll stay stuck because there's nothing worse than I make this card and then pull it out next Christmas and everything falls out because it didn't stay sealed. That's the thing. Where did I just put my Nuvo? So we're just going to run. I would rather take a second and do this and be safe than sorry, than be picking up sequins from all over the place. Not that that's ever happened to me before. So now we have this all framed down. I'm going to take a second and I'm really going to press this down. Even though the glue is already dried on most of this area, I'm just going to do it anyway. And because it also makes it easier to take the tape off. And, I mean, look at that, guys. We are ready, almost ready to rock and roll with this card. Okay, give me a second because I need to pull my sequins. I want to take a moment because you've seen in one of my other reviews, I hope, in a mail call that I got this from Amazon, and I showed it to you, and I hadn't put it together. Now I did. I put, guys, and it's when I really started to organize, I realized, oh my gosh, I have a ton of shaker bits. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to show you. It really, I love this. I mean, I love it. I've got all of these are the ones I use the most, kind of, sort of, I've got it organized in an order that works for me, but I needed more. I realized really fast, like, oh, Lord have mercy, I am in flippin' trouble. So, I mean, this isn't even it's the tip of the iceberg of sequins that I have that need to be put away. So, but I went ahead and started with this. So, I mean, what I need now is gold. So, and here are all my gold sequences, all in, I can just, in little boxes. Perfect. These don't match so well, but these will. There you go. Nice and shiny, although I like these. Will these work? I don't like the red. I mean, I'm looking at possibly only going with red. Ooh, I have some of this. So some of this mix will look good, I think. So I have that. I have like super cool red. I've got all of my reds. I mean, everything. So I pulled these out. I did these. So let's see. What else have I got going on in here right now that I can use? Golly gee. That's, well, I don't know. Maybe a little touch of that. I don't know if I want to use these. I mean, because I think the red kind of clashes. So I'm gonna, and that's the thing. I can sit here and pick and choose what I want to use. So we'll put these back. But I'm telling you guys, I really, really like this box based on just the initial use that I can look at them and see them in one shot. So I have them here. So these are the ones I think I'm going to toss in there. So, and all I do is open it up carefully. And of course, this is me we're talking about. So maybe, you know what? Let's, just because this is me who we're talking about, let's grab this. Because then I can, oh, there we go. So now I can open it and I'm not so petrified I'm getting sequins all over the place and not being able to get it off of the mat. So, and now I can just pick these up, put these back in, and then I'll grab a few big ones from here. There we go. Now I got the hang of it. There we go. And we'll grab a bunch of gold ones just for the added bling and contrast. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. I'm pleased with this. Well, a little bit more because, you know me. I don't know when to quit. Okay, we'll add these two and we'll just pick up the ones that are falling out. But see, I just closed my box, set it aside, and I can move on to the next one. And I still, no matter what, obviously, I have to get some on the mat on pure principle because I'm a putz. Let's pick those up. This card will now have some of my DNA because I'm just, licking my fingers to pick them up. And there we go. So now I got a bunch of sequins in there. These can now, I'll show you in a minute how I put them up, but it's awesome. I am really, really pleased, guys. So I'm going to link you down below to my source for these, where I got them on Amazon. I love it. I'm really, really happy. So now we're going to take our tape off. And where is my favorite my pointy scissors? And here, when I do this, I'm a little bit more careful. And I just take the corner up. I peel up the little corner and I just go about halfway so that it gives me time to get it into place without sticking the whole thing down and then sticking it crooked, because if anybody's going to do that, it's going to be me, because I'm my own kind of special. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that little piece off as is. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. Oh, I moved my trash now below me instead of where it usually lives. It will be the moving trash can. Okay, so now what I'm going to do... You know what? This is the one moment where this theory doesn't work. Because I have to, because since I still don't trust this... Never mind, here's the other. So we're going to go to plan B, which is the other method of giving you time to put a frame down like this when you're doing a shaker card and having time to get it into place. And oh, look, there's an errant sequin. There you go. This is the other way of doing it, is you lay glue down and it gives you that couple of seconds of squoogel time, just like as if you were using Barely Art. And I don't know why I'm using this, but I think it'll give me enough time. And I'm already committed. I've already started. So I am stuck. See, now it's sticking to me. Now, see, now it's trying to play. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean I don't stick well? I have glue. There's adhesive still left here. I mean, I don't know how long I've had these tapes, so or if it's because I think this might be Dollar Tree, where they come in the 3-pack, and whereas I 100% stand by and trust that what I get at the 99-cent store. I'm not so sure about this because it just didn't feel as sticky as I wanted it to be. So I'm trusting my instincts to say add glue, Mayra. Alrighty, so now we have this, so we can just lay it down. And I've got a couple of seconds here to lay it down and get it centered. And I mean, there you go. Abracadabra, shaker card. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, it's not that I am all that oh, what's the word I'm looking for? And a package of paper, as I say. But we've repurposed this into a whole new, really cool card. And it would probably do better had I remembered to run across it a dryer sheet. I forgot the dryer sheet, my acetate, but that's okay. It works anyway. I mean, it's fine. It's going to be good. Now, all I need to do now, do I want to put something here at the bottom? There's a part of me that actually does want to die cut a Merry Christmas out of here, and then we still have to stamp and do something on the inside, so give me a second. Kids, before we finish off and put the sentiment on the card that I want to put, I already die cut out, I want to go ahead and stamp the inside of my card. So I've already cut out a piece of paper 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, which I'm going to put on the inside. 1, because that way I'm not trying to stamp on red, but 2, because it reinforces this paper, because this paper was not like the uber best, you know, I think it's like 65 pound and I don't like it by itself, but I went ahead and used it knowing that this was my plan, okay? So I'm going to come back. I want to use that tree. Where did I just put it? I just pulled it off. And what did I do with it? Seriously, I'm hiding things for myself. Hold on a second. Okay, it was hiding in plain sight, but I want to reuse this tree because is it big? Is it overpowering? Yes. Should I probably use it? Probably not. Do I care? No. I'm going to use it anyway because I like it. I really, really, really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and snag my little tree there. I'm going to put it in the corner just like I did on the last card. Technically speaking, it doesn't work as well there because I have already, because it's up and down instead of wide, but I want to use it anyway. I'm really enamored of that. And I can tell that I didn't clean it very, very well because there's still ink on that. So, wow. Way to go, Mayra. Nice one. That's okay. We're going to just ink it up. I don't even need to ink it up that bad because the first thing I'm going to do now is put a piece of that same scrap piece of paper I used before on the other side, and I'm going to stamp it off once. There we go, and take off the majority of it. And then I'm going to just flip my paper just so it doesn't re-pick up the ink or anything. And just go over it twice, take it off twice. There we go. Now I'm going to hit it. And I'll use my friend here just to make sure all of it is covered. And let's see how we go. That's it. That's perfect. A little bit, maybe in the middle. But I don't want to go too hard. I just want to get the detail that didn't get picked up right there. Problem is if I go, then it's going to be too dark. Okay, we're going to go good with that. So now I get to take this stamp off, but let me clean it off real quick before I take it off. And now I've come back to my stamps from Recollections. This Recollection stamp, but I'm going to use a different one. I'm going to put it up here in the corner because, again, I want to. And this is a little bit different, but I've always marched to the beat of my own mad drummer. So we're going to put it there, and it looks like it's straight on the grid. I looked at it on the grid. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit it full on with my stamp, with my ink. There we go. And let's just go ahead and press that down and use our friend Mini-Me. There we go. Perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to let it go. I mean, actually, technically speaking, it's not perfect, but I'm afraid if I do this, I'm going to hit that. The thing is that this is not photopolymer. This is Recollection, so consider the source. So it's only, you know, you get technically what you pay for. But I've had this stamp for forever, and it works. And again, people, it is the beauty of a handcrafted item. So there you go. What am I going to say? Let me clean this one off. There we go. And then we're going to put it back where it belongs, where it lives, so that I don't misplace that one too, because, you know, I have actually several stamps here that are waiting for me to use the collection it's from to find it. Although, I mean, there's a couple of Christmas zones, and I have to do inventory all my Christmas yet. I haven't done it. So when I do, I'm sure I'm going to find where it belongs. So let's set these aside right. Well, I can just stay right there. They're not going to go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to put that back away. There you go, back in your garagey. Go on. Okay, there we go. So now I am ready. I can just put this on the inside of my card. This isn't rocket science. I was going to do the corners, and I'm just not finding my corner, because I wanted to do something with the corners, but I couldn't find my corner rounder. I suspect they're in a bin in the garage somewhere, and I just did not feel like going and taking on that search right now. I want to finish this up, show you the sample, and then actually I'm going to take a break and go walk. Go do some exercise. So now I'm just going to put this down in the center, more or less. And we'll take that little thingy. And that little thingy doesn't want to go into hiding. There we go. And there we go. We're good with that. Let me now, actually I shouldn't have put it away, but now because it's already mounted, I'm not going to use actually my MISTI. I'm going to come in and grab, let's grab my Stamparatus, because I couldn't, Timmy wasn't there handy. So we're going to grab my Stamparatus. We'll take the pad out, because it will allow me to go in and go here. And let me just throw down one of my magnets that I have handy here. Of course, the one that has a die stuck to it, because that's what it's there for. Hello. There we go. Perfect. And there we go. Handmade cards, because no one displays an email on the mantle. Perfect, because that's what we do with our Christmas cards. Especially, we display them. Everybody has their own little way of displaying them. I tape them to the front door, and they decorate the door. Nan has a basket she puts them in, so we both have our ways. Okay, now we put that back away. I cleaned it, and we'll put it back where it belongs, so I'm not struggling to find it like I did the last one. Okay, and we'll put our Stamparatus back away and figure out where the magnets went later. Okay, stay Fido. All right, so now all we have left to do in here, whoops, let's put the mat away. We'll just set it aside there, and we'll do a better cleanup in a minute. All right, now I've already done, oh, see, these are the ones I was looking for. And there you go. They were just kind of hiding in plain sight. I'm going to put my stamp away. So now I've cut out Merry Christmas. I wanted to use, this is from Elizabeth Craft. I think it's still available. I love this baby. I use it a lot over the holidays. It's probably my favorite Merry Christmas that I have. Alrighty, so I've already die cut. I do the layered thing, so just to make it stand out. So I've cut 2 out of Craft, and then this one will go on top. So we're going to use my tried and true puddle method. So I'm just going to lay down a puddle, and we're determined to use up. This might be just about the last of this bottle, because you know how long this bottle has become, like, you know, the fish and the loaves in the Bible. This is what this bottle is. It keeps giving me glue when I think it's going to run out. We'll put it back in this thing, and then we're going to go this way, which is counterintuitive to what you think, but I saw this done by another YouTuber, and actually it works really, really, really well. So I'm going to pick up all that glue, make sure all of it is all over, and then I'm going to flip it over. And see, even then, with doing all that, there was a space there that didn't get glue. So now let's see. Now I think we got it. Yep. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to lay it down. And as always, I line it up. What is there? Oh, a piece of chat. Holy good, my goodness. So I line it up to the left, and there we go. Once I get the left lined up, I have really good luck, and I see a little piece that didn't get poked out, so we're going to poke it up. Yep, there it is. I don't know if you can really tell. It is such a tiny, tiny piece. But I want to get it poked out because it's bothering me. I should have caught that before. There we go. I got it. There we go. So now I have those 2 layers. And now I've got to lay down more glue. So let's see, because I think this one is just about finishing out. Well, see, now it was a little bit clogged. See, I'm telling you, loaves and fish, loaves and fish. This is, you know, oh my goodness. Except I can never get the pin put back in there. Okay. Now we're going to take this one again, and we're going to put it face down. And make sure that I have it all covered in glue. And it's not just rubbing, but making sure that I, you know, rub it, you know, I put weight, you know, weight on it. So that should be good enough. I should have it all. Except for the M. That M is just really right here. The RR, actually. Let me take it back. Now I got it. Now I can see glue everywhere. Let me wipe off any glue here so I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if I get it on here, I can wipe it off. And there we go. Just line it up to the left. And it pretty much lines itself up. And I always do this gingerly when I'm lining it up to make sure it lines up. And then, you know, I mush it. I don't want to, you know, mush it in place and then suddenly. It's just easier and better if you just take it and gingerly do this. There's no need to go. Although you can. I mean, like now I'm confident. So now I can just, there we go. Give it the one last smash. Okay, so we got that. But now I have to wipe that puddle off my mat before I stick my card in the puddle of glue. So this is the lovely thing about having a silicone mat, that it cleans off so easy. And then we'll just take our yellow cloth right here, wipe it dry. And now, I mean, now we can put this on here, and I'm planning on putting it in the corner, in the bottom corner right here. Now, I should have not cleaned up my puddle because I can repuddle this. Because I really, really detest writing on the back of these. But maybe I'll get over myself. Let's see, we'll grab the newer bottle because it's got the small nozzle. And we'll just, you know, torture ourselves a little bit here and apply spots. I don't need it to all adhere down. So I put down the glue on the thick parts where I have enough space and it's easier to do than trying to put it on all the little lines. And I do that. I just struggle with this. You know, other people just make it look so easy. That is not me. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm just not talented. And there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let it go. Okay, and I'll put a little dot here, and I'll add a little bit there. But I think we're going to call it good. And a little bit right there on that little edge. Okay. Right there. And right there. Okay. Let me put my little pin back in there, because it is doing its job of keeping this bottle unclogged. And I'm going to pick it up with my tweezers so I don't get glue on my fingers and hence glue on this. And then we're just going to lay it down. There we go. Oh, I love it. And there we go, folks. Repurposed card. It's great. Now it has a whole new life now as a shaker. So now you guys get it. You can do this with any card. So I'm going to do the other 4, but now you don't need me to see the demo. I will come back with you when they're all done so you can see all the cards. All right, so give me a few minutes. I'll be back. All right, peeps, they are done. I got all the cards done. They all spoke shaker card to me, so I shook them up. This one, I did not put a sentiment on front of it because the sentiment was already as part of the card cover. I just got my little, and I made a blooper there, and it's just going to stay. You know, it's a part of the handmade process, you know, the beauty of a handcrafted product, as I say. So, and I forgot to stamp it back. Bad, Mayra, bad. But still, I'm really pleased overall with what it turned out. And it was so, having my shaker bits all organized, oh my gosh, made it such a joy. So I'm going to come back to this and say, yeah, yes, after making all of these cards, I am definitely going to continue to use this, which is a good thing because I bought 3 more of them. Okay, here's the one that you guys already saw that I already did. The tree with the Merry Christmas. And then I went ahead and reused that sentiment for the snowman guy. And he turned out really, really cute. I mean, I found some snowflake sequins that I had stashed, and it was just great. It just worked out really, really nice. On this one, I stamped, and then I grabbed some silver, and I found a snowflake, and I stamped in some little snowflakes there on that one. So really cute. And then this last one is the... I meant to have done it on craft card and totally forgot about it, and I went ahead and put it on white. And you know, I'm not displeased with how it turned out. But it worked out perfect. I had these really cool I had these almost craft color. It just worked out perfectly. And I got those from, that's a Hobby Lobby sequence that they carry. And it worked out perfect with this. So, I mean, there you go, guys. That's all of my upcycled cards. You've seen these. You saw me do this one, which of course I kept it very, very simple. And then these guys. And I'm pleased. So these are the cards I recycled. I'm 8 cards ahead for next year. So hopefully you got something out of this and realizing that, hey, I can, rather than throwing them all away, I can make use of some of these cards. So hopefully you take away something from this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and drop me a line if you want. And if you want to see more of my madness, I'm making stuff now, people, then by all means subscribe and ding that bell and come over to the dark side. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go. Go out there and craft and you make something beautiful. And always remember that what you make and what you give brightens someone's day. So go out there and make a difference, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Take care. Love you all. All right. Oh, wait. Don't forget, we're all a little mad here. So come on, craft the madness with me, okay? Take care. Bye.